Hi and welcome to today's video. I can't believe it's the end of October. In fact, I'm filming on the 1st of November and I've got my empties. Yes, it's that time of the month again. So here's my bag and it's quite full this time, and I've got some random stuff, so I'm just going to pick things out and show you as I go along. Now this one, you could play bingo knowing that I'm going to pick this, you'd win. I've got this Golden Glow bath soap, which is from Home Bargains. Love this because it's a lovely warm orange slightly spicy aroma. I think it's quite well blended for such an inexpensive item. I think this is around £1, I think. It's very good. Then I have a nail polish remover from Morrison's. This is acetone free. So it's starting to go a bit like apple vinegar towards the end, so I think it was losing its power, but I was able to use it all up, and I do have another couple, and they were bought at the same shop, and one was gentle and one was standard, and the gentle one I assumed it didn't have acetone in, but it did, so you need to be a bit careful. You know, obviously if it's got acetone free on, then you know that's the case, but some of the gentle ones just have glycerin added. Anyhow, I'm on to Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Foreplay, which is the moisturising shower cream. I use that in the bath on like a flumpy sponge, and this was lovely. A little goes a long way. You don't need a lot because these are expensive. I think this is £20 odd, I think, but I got this heavily discounted online by one of their own stockists. So this is lovely. It's not too thick, it's a fairly runny cream that's kind of an off-white in colour, and it does have the true fragrance. I can't say that it lingers on the body. Certainly if you're putting lotions on it that aren't the same fragrance, it won't, but loved it nonetheless. And guess what? Another one of these, hey, so that's 2 in October. And then I have a hand wash, because I don't always put these in. It's Rhubarb and Rose from Lacura, which is a fairly good dupe for the Molten Brown Rhubarb and Rose, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's a pretty good dupe, so I like using that. Then I've got a hairspray that came in that Beauty Advent calendar last year, and it's Hair by Sam McKnight, Lazy Girl. Now what I will say, it was okay. I didn't feel it was as good as Batiste, which is what I usually use. I don't think it was as good as that, but it was okay. You know, I got 2 or 3, maybe 4 uses out of this little bottle, and it does have a ball bearing in. It has a quite a fine mist actually, and it has like a rubberized texture to it, a bit like the NARS products. It just wasn't the best, so I'm not missing out on buying that because it is an expensive product. As usual, I've got some Lacura rounds, which I use to take makeup off and at times to tone my face. And then I have a Pixie Skin Treats Retinol Toner, which I used at night. And I was using it with retinol that I use, but this one will just be a very mild form, and it didn't irritate the skin. So I just finished that off at the very beginning part of the month. I have another bath item, and this is from Bubble Tea, Tropical Bubble Tea Bath Salts, 1 kilo. So I do like them. It has a lovely lemony and a bit of mango sort of fragrance, a bit of coconut as well. I really like that, but it just depends if I can pick them up where I go, because sometimes the shelves are empty, but I will pick that one up again. I mean, I don't mind using I quite like, you know, the tropical ones, winter and summer, to be honest. Then I've got a skincare item, and it's from Neod, and I got this in a kit. It's called Sanskrit Saponins, and it's 90ml. So this is a cleanser, and I've had it a long time. It's in a I think it's in a metal tube. Here it is, and it has the wrap, which doesn't come off actually, which is very good. And this one is a greeny beige, a putty colour sort of rich cream face wash, but it has quite an earthy smell. It has an odd smell, which I think is its natural fragrance. I didn't use it to remove makeup, but as like a final cleanse in the bath, and it lasted a while. And yes, it was good, but I wouldn't go out and buy it myself. It wasn't good enough. The scent put me off a bit. Then I have Sunday Rain Body Scrub in Rose. This is a favourite because, one, I like rose. Two, there's a bit of a oily residue, so it spreads well, and it's a substantive size that you can scrub, because some of the ones that are very gentle, you don't get enough friction. This is perfect for me, and obviously I love rose, and it's like a bit like a Turkish Delight rose, I would say, like a rose jam. I mean, I don't like rose flavoured Turkish Delight. I like Turkish Delight but not rose flavoured. So it didn't put me off because I'm not eating it, but yes, it's nice, and I do have others in. Then I have an item that I got in an advent calendar last year. It's 111 Skin Rose Quartz Exfoliating Mask. So it's in a highly reflective box. Now, it's like the sheet mask, which is around £20 odd now. And I do date my products, or I have a list with a date on. And this is all gone. It was nice. It lasted quite a long time. And I used it 2 to 3 times a week. I think 2 to 3 times a week until it got used up. Yeah, it was nice. It's a kind of a pink jelly with kind of clearish beads in, and it has chemical exfoliants as well as physical, which I think is a good combination, but I do prefer physical. But it was fine. It didn't irritate my skin, and I got used early on in the month. Then I have another item, and this is the second one I've used. It's Necessaire the body serum. So this one is 50ml, the full size is 150, and it's a hyaluronic acid. Now, I think it does claim that it claims it hydrates, and it just says a daily hyaluronic acid treatment. Now, all I would say is this works out quite expensive. I think the big size, but if you look at the prices, it works out, I think, about £45 for 150ml, something like that. It's a lot of money, but you can get hyaluronic serums. I mean, this is a gel, so it doesn't run down the leg, but I've used liquid ones or slight gel liquid ones. And what I will say is, if you want one that's as good as this or better, you can get plenty of face ones, such as Hada Labo, which I think is from Japan, and they have either 7, they have all different levels of hyaluronic acid, one single molecule, single density, weight, and then they have others, and I think 7 and maybe 12 is the highest one, which is more than this is, and I think they're around £12.50 for a big bottle. So what I'm saying is there's lots of other companies, and I would use just a random, you can pick them up very, very easy, including from Primark. So I wouldn't spend this amount of money. I think it's just in the name. I've had equally as good hyaluronic acid serums, so it's one I wouldn't buy, but I did pick it up just to give it a try, and I ended up with 2. And yeah, that's my second one. It's okay, I would certainly use it, but I don't believe it's for me. It represents good value. Then I've got a random bath bomb. I'm not sure where I got that. It was a fruity berry type one, very nice. It just softens the water a bit, and some of them, I think that one did bring a foam on. So because I use some oils in the bath, I use them after I foam the bath, but some products just don't foam anyway. Then I have another product. It's Westlab Pink Gin Bath Salts. So they are really nice. Now, I can't recall. I think these and the bubble tea and there's other brands that I use are from Home Bargains. You can get them now and again in TK Maxx, but they are quite a bit more expensive. So I see what's available in Home Bargains. And I think it does depend on the season. That they've got a lot of wintry ones. They have standard mineral salts, but the fragrance ones tend to go with the seasons. The next item is by Sanex, and it is my pH dermosensitive deodorant. Now, I don't use deodorant a lot because obviously it's artificial, and I don't particularly. I can get hot, but I don't tend to glow. Any glow you see on my face is because of skincare. I tend to be quite dry. So so a little goes a long way, but I have terribly sensitive skin, and most of these the other makes, cause a rash that within 1 or 2 uses. Some I can get away for a month, and then my body rejects it, and it becomes highly inflamed. So Sanex is the one that I use because I just don't want to inflame my underarms. Then we have a hyaluronic acid, and this is a product in point, and this one is by BioV. Now, it's hyaluronic youth exfoliate. I gave that to Mr. Bear to use. He used it a few times, said he wasn't so keen. He used about a quarter of it, gave it back to me. I was using it as night after bath, because I bath early in the evening. I put skincare on, and then I put some, then I cleanse my face again and put it on some more on before I go to bed, but I use a different serums at bedtime. So I got down very, very low, and then when this ran out, I swapped it for that. And because it's semi-gel, it's not like water, it's thicker than water, I was able to use it on the body to, when my body is semi-damp, and then I would put a cream on top. So that was nice by BioV. I got that in a beauty box. Yeah, nice, no problems at all. The only thing is with hyaluronic acid, you have to put moisturiser on top, or else it can dry the skin out as... it just in the action of how it vectors water in, it can also lead to water loss as well. So yeah, as long as you moisturise well. And I would say keep hydrated. Then I've got a Lumen Glow Reveal. Now this is the one I use after bath, or I was using. It's 15ml. Lumen is a lovely Nordic company. They do lovely stuff. So I got a few, I picked up a few of this a couple of years ago. I'm using one at the moment that's tinted, but I can't praise it enough. It's a really lovely, gentle cream, a bit like a cold cream, but it does moisturise really well. Then I have a box with one item in, but I used the other a while ago. This is by Glam Glow, who have withdrawn from the UK market. They're owned by Estee Lauder, as I understand, so I'm not sure why they withdrew, but they did. So this is the Glam Glow Defy Gravity set. So in here was a silver and a gold, and there was one of them I used a long time ago. This is the, what colour is this one? This is the Gold Gravity Mud. And it is the best mask for lifting that I have found. It's really good. I mean, you can put other masks on underneath, wash them off, dry your face and put this on. And it does help lift and sculpt. It's really, really good. It's got licorice. Although it's a artificial colour, it's silver. If you want to look like Data from Star Trek, you can do with this. Except your eyes, obviously you don't put them around the orbit of the eyes, and you don't put them on the lips. Now, it does peel off easily. I mean, there's still if you can get them, I'd say rush, get it. The only thing, if you have, we all have like fluff on the face because you know, skin does have hairs. If you have a very sensitive face, you may not like the ripping. I don't get any sensitivity at all. Now, where people tend to get sensitivity is in the medial line or the meridian lines running through the centre of the body, because it's where the nerves splay out from. And so people tend to get pain there, with any treatments, and a little bit out. Now, some, it can be painful all over. But, so if you do have any slight wisps or, you know, any hairs, it may be uncomfortable around the medial line. I never had problems or anything there, but certainly there can be tender. But this doesn't pull enough for me in that it to cause irritation or pain or discomfort. So I really like this, really like the results, and you better bet I have more in. But that's the end of that box, and I have another set. Then I have a perfume that I've used up, which was in my project pan. It's Vivienne Westwood Boudoir Sin Garden, which is quite a green fragrance with white florals, but it has a sandalwood note, which didn't really bother me because there was a lot of bergamot and fresh notes. But as it aged, the top notes disappeared, which is natural. This is what happens, and the sandalwood got richer. So it's not one. I mean, I actually have another, because the time I like this, you know, I always find it was going to be discontinued, so I bought another. So I have one in, but it was, you know, I managed to get it all used up. But like I say, sandalwood is not something I choose to wear. It makes me quite sickly. Then I have a BioEffect EGF serum, which I got in a beauty advent calendar last year, and here it is. It's 5ml. Now this one has wheat protein, so the EGF, this special molecule that helps with skin renewal. It's not exfoliated, but it helps promote collagen. It is from wheat. So I'm not sure whether that process is very expensive, because this is £50 worth of 5 ml. Now, I have seen other companies that are less expensive that are now using this molecule. I could be wrong, but I think I have. So this, like I say, is a lot of money. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it, but I do have some vials in at the moment. But it was gentle. Did I see anything amazing? No, because although the vial did last me a few weeks, I can't say that it was long enough to see anything, but it did feel nice. Then I've got a random candle from, I think it's Primark, but it's not in, but they come and they go, these over the years. It's cedarwood and myrrh. I love cedarwood and I love myrrh. So what I'm going to do with this one is scrape it out. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite masculine, quite church-like. And I'm going to put that in a heated plate warmer. So that was lovely. I used that in the bath and it did get a bit rusty because of, I suppose, condensation. Then I have a polyglutamic acid. Now I'm using one at the moment because I have two. I had two. This is the Inculist, and what that is it attracts water and moisture into the skin. I think it's 1,000 times better than hyaluronic acid. But when you get into these numbers, I don't think you need to be too bothered. I mean, anything that attracts water into the skin and moisture is good. But this one is a gel, and it's medium thickness. I liked it. I was, you know, my skin is sensitive, no problems with it, really enjoyed it. And when push comes to shove, I would buy this one again. I think I got these in, I might have bought one and another I got in a beauty box, but I would buy these again. But what I need, what is happening though now is a lot of skincare, whether it's serums, toners, moisturisers, now have hyaluronic acid in, or not so much polyglutamic but hyaluronic. So do you need this? But if they're not in on the list, then I would add that. Then I have another scrub. No, it isn't a scrub, it's a cleanser from Oscar London. And this is a, I'll just check what colour it was. It was a white, oh, it's a pink cleanser, a pink cream cleanser. And that was nice. It was gentle, illuminating, vitamin melting cleanser. So yes, it was nice. Like I say, I used this one in the bath, and I have a Sonic face device, and I really liked it. It had a nice fruity fragrance, slightly fruity, but I do like Oscar London. Then I have another candle, in fact I've got two, and these I got in TK Maxx, and it's from, I think, S&F, I think it's something in the sky. Oh, Sand and Fog. And that was a spicy white pumpkin, I would say. I absolutely loved it. It's got a really clean burn. I would see how clean that burn is right to the end. It's soy wax. I would gladly pick them up again. But I didn't get them this year. I think I bought them last year. So I've had them quite a long time. And with the lids on, they didn't lose the fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, I'm going to scrape the little bits that are left and put them in a burner. And they'll last perhaps 1 or 2 nights on for a few hours. And then I'll discard the wax. Then I have another, these have come up a lot, Bramley bath oils. And it says it's cardamom, but I find it much fresher than that. There is a slight freshness, but I get a lot of like a lime and bergamot and orange, which I like those notes. Now this is the last one I've got in my collection because I've used them all. But if they're ever available on Latest in Beauty as a selection, and I haven't decided to pick other stuff up, I would pick that up. It's only worth about £6, but you only need 1 capful, a small capful, for the bath, and it helps to moisturise. Then I have a Barbara Sturm, and this is Molecular Science, and it has face cream made in Germany, 20 ml. Now this one is a lotion cream, like a hybrid. It's quite runny. It's white. It didn't have a noticeable particular scent. It was nice, it was moisturising. Did it do anything remarkable? No. And this is £55 worth for 20 ml. I got this in an advent calendar last year. No, but it was nice. Would I pay the £200 odd for a full size? No. Now this one doesn't represent what it is. It's just a jar, and I think it's a Glow recipe jar. But in here, it was so sticky, the product, I threw it rather than keeping it back. I should have, but I had it in a dish jar for a few months. And what it is, it's a company from New Zealand, Bee's Brilliance Honey Mask. And I picked up a lot of them in Latest in Beauty because every month they seem to be there. Because I suppose with honey, either you love it or you hate it. And even if you love honey, do you like a honey mask because it can be quite sticky? And sometimes it's sweet, so you've got to be sure it doesn't get into your hair unless you're washing it. So I finished it up, really nice. I think I had 3 or 4 of them in the end, which I've gone through over the last couple of years. Love them. So that was just to represent that, which I managed to use up. At the same time I was using the Barbara Sturm face cream, I used the hyaluronic serum, which was fine, nothing special. It's just a hyaluronic serum. And then the Better Be Niacinamide serum, which is good for red congested skin. Now I have red skin, but it's not, I've got redness, but it's not the skin, it's the blood vessels underneath. So the skin itself isn't red and doesn't go red particularly. So I don't particularly, niacinamide helps for skin barrier function. I don't have problems like that. So I used it. But I mean, if you have conditions such as rosacea or some sort of dermatitis, it might be helpful. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so it's about speaking to your doctor, but it is supposed to maintain and repair the skin barrier. So it was nice enough as a serum. It wasn't so active, it didn't cause me any problems at all. Oh, and I've got another one, so I used up 2 in a month. I must have just started one and finished the other. But I do bath every day, and so that's they're the final 2 Bramleys. Then I have this, took me months. It's by Polar, which is a Scandinavian brand. It's ice from Iceland, and it is their UV A and B protection. I've always squashed it down. It's much bigger. I think it was 50ml. It's off white. It has a slight medicinal scent, not much scent to it. Now the thing is, it's very, very greasy, and it is for the face, so it leaves your face very, very shiny. So I have another one, because I've got 2 at the same time in a beauty box, or 2 consecutive boxes. So I'm going to use the other on the chest and body, but this one is finished. But no, I wouldn't buy it. No, I prefer something that's satin or matte. Then I have a retinol eye cream by the Inky List. Now I bought this, I did buy this one, and it was 15ml. It's got a tiny little nozzle. Now this, I will not joke, lasted 4 to 5 months, maybe 5 months, for 15ml, because I only use a tiny amount all around the orbit of the eye, and it didn't cause any irritation at all, which I'm very pleased about. So if I need a retinol eye cream, it is one that I would reconsider. It's a yellowy sort of, quite a rich cream really, but like I said, a little went a long way, and I would definitely consider picking that up. But I've got more retinols to try at the moment. It doesn't say what the percentage is, so it's going to be a very low percentage retinol. Then I have another bubble bath bomb. That one smells like a pineapple, so that's probably, it may be what that was. And then, is this the final one? Oh yes, the final one. Now this is very dirty. I'm not washing it because I'm going to throw it away, but it is a very dirty beauty blender. So it is the original beauty blender. This one is in like a pale skin tone, like a beige colour, and it served me well. But I've got another beauty blender, and when they do swell quite a lot when they're wet, but it served me well. It's time to get rid. Yeah, that's it. So like I say, it wasn't intersections, just randomly dragged things out in my bag. So they're everything that I've got for my trash this month. Can I say thank you very much for watching, as I do appreciate your time is valuable, and hopefully I shall see you soon in another video. Otherwise, please take care of yourselves, and bye for now.